guys? What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday. What's going on? I'm a little scared. I'm a little confused. I'm a little concerned. It's Tuesday, not Wednesday. It's all right, boys. It's all right. Midweek Modifieds. How we doing, everybody? How we doing? My name is Tom. Tuesday edition of Midweek Modifieds. Super DIRTcar Series kicks off. I guess I shouldn't say kick off anymore. They have their next round, round 2 of their 2026 season tomorrow. So I moved the stream up a day. So Midweek Modifieds. Midweek is now Tuesday. Taco Tuesday Modifieds. There's something there. I could put that together somewhere. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Let me do this. I'm bringing some background music back this week. Haven't done that in a little bit, so let me know if it's too loud or something like that. It's not meant to, like, you know, take focus away from everything. It's just meant to break the silence while I talk to myself for the next hour. Tuesday edition, Midweek Modifieds. If you're new to the show, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm a track chaser here in the Northeast. Been around Northeast dirt modified racing my whole life. So thought it'd be a fun idea to use this channel to just talk modifieds every week. The original show run by fans, for fans. Just come and have fun. Ovo, what's going on, man? How has Fonda been good to you? Have you gone to Fonda so far this year? I watched, what was it? What was the elimination race? I forget the name of it, but I watched that on Flow a couple weeks ago. That was pretty fun. Yeah, just a chilled, laid-back stream we do every week. Normally on Wednesdays, but like I said, this week is Tuesday. So, yeah, surprisingly, both a lot and a little to talk about this week. All of Saturday was rained out, except for, was it Delaware off the top of my head as the bottom scrolls? Everything else was rained out Saturday. And then to flip that, everything went off Friday without any cancellations except for Hidden Valley and Lernerville out west. Was it Lernerville? I don't remember. I just spilled all over my monitor. Unbelievable. Yep, this is why I don't do Tuesdays. Absolute chaotic past couple of days for me to get the this stream ready and to get the video edited as much as I can for it to go live on Thursday. I still have some editing to do on that. So that's not done. That stinks. What am I even drinking? This is something new I got. This is Zero Gravity Juice. I've never had this one before. I think it's out of Vermont, it said. What the hell is that? Yeah, that's Vermont. Zero Gravity Craft Brewery in Burlington, Vermont. I think there's a coat factory there. Fondo's been good besides the rainouts. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I got season passes there, so you'll see me there on a weekly basis. Won't be there this weekend, though. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going to be this weekend. So initially, I was supposed to be at Owego last week for the Shangri-La race with the ROC Tour. That was rained out, so that was supposed to be my video for next week. And this week was just supposed to be a relaxing one at Accord, and then that was it. I need to think of something to do on Saturday. So I don't know if I'm going to go to Fonda, Lebanon, Bridgeport. I might do Port Royal because the ESS is going to be there for the first time. I don't know if that's even going to be a good video. I'm crewing a super modified on the SMAC Tour opener at Monadnock Speedway. That's pretty cool. Monadnock is on my calendar this year. I have a summer show booked up for that, and I'm super happy that that place isn't closing. Same with Shamong. Thunder, yep. Hey, Josh. What's going on, man? I kind of don't want to do Thunder just because I did the weekly race showcase of Thunder Mountain last year. So, you know, I try to, like, have a rotating, I don't want to do the same thing twice in a row. Bridgeport, Lebanon, I've done, but that was 2024, so I can at least justify that a little bit. I have no idea. It's supposed to rain where I am pretty good Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday, so I don't even know what's going to be canceled, what's going to be on. That's funny, Josh, that's funny, just you in the background. Go to Thunder Mountain. I could, though. Break out the camping equipment for the first time this year. Oh, that is an interesting flavor. It tastes like duck. It doesn't taste like duck. What the hell is this supposed to be? Duck Juice. This juicy IPA has hoppy flavor, bursts of red berry, tropical mango, and a touch of lemon lime zest. Beautifully balanced bitterness. It drinks as smooth as a duck on water. All right, they want me with that. Is the background music and everything good for you guys? I'm kind of guessing on it. You should go to the Wheel and Mod tour in Claremont in June. I also have Claremont on my list for this year. Have you broken into my house and looked at my calendar? What the hell? It's not for that mod tour race though. SMAC tour will be there the same day. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not familiar with the SMAC tour. What the hell is that? Southern Modified American Club. SMAC tour. No, not tournament. SMAC mod tour. I'll Google that. Oh, super modified. Oh, don't. Okay, hold on. You're not gonna. All right. You're not gonna tell me what the last two letters are. Super modified. All right. I'll leave it a mystery. Super modifieds do interest the hell out of me, though. Nowhere near where I am runs them. So it's like, unless I'm able to watch Oswego on Flow, I really don't ever get a chance to see them. And if we're racing Fridays and I'm not at a different track, I'm most likely at Accord. Yeah. Any other tracks you want to guess I'm going to be at, Ovo? So as you can see also, Jamie was supposed to be with me. Okay, so I see the... Okay, Josh, what do you say? I was going to send a little video from Pencan, but I'm too shaky. Dude, who the hell cares? I mean, I'm not going to judge you, man. Like I said, I'm about to talk to myself for the next hour, so I'm going to slur my words, talk over myself, lose my train of thought. If you're a little shaky in the video, you'll be fine. Jamie Clubwego was supposed to be on the show with me today, but unfortunately, he had to cancel last minute on me, which is fine. He told me the real reason, which is I'm not going to share here, but totally justifiable. But for the sake of the show, we're still going to spin the wheel. And I'll center this one day. Jamie couldn't be on the show today because he is trying to get on the DTD show instead. That's why Jamie Clubwego is absent. So it's just me and Bill today. Wasn't NASCAR at Watkins Glen this week? Didn't SVG like stink up the show or something like that? I heard the conditions were horrible for fans, and like all of the parking lot and parking areas and stuff was like super muddy and all the camping. Shot in the dark, but we are sticking with asphalt. Are you going to Spencer? I'm not going to Spencer. It's on my radar, but it's not going to happen this year. I want to do a weekend where I'm either at Fulton, Brewerton, Oswego, or Spencer, and like do a dirt track and an asphalt track. Um, I'm gonna have to look at the schedule, obviously, but Spencer was requested quite a bit when I did the my video for which track I should be at this year. Just couldn't make it happen. I guess I shouldn't say couldn't make it happen. There was just other things I wanted to cover instead. I remember the first time I discovered Spencer Speedway, though. Little tangent here. And this is not dirt tracking at all, but little tangent here. I went to college out in Western New York at a SUNY school called Alfred State. My brother went to Oswego, and this was all before, Super Dirt Week was there. So obviously I would have changed schools if I knew that. But I went to pick up my little brother, Brother Bear, and bring him down to my college for a weekend. And as I was driving by Rochester, going from Rochester to Oswego, I passed by the sign that says Spencer Speedway, pull on in here. So I pulled over, Googled it. I'm like, holy crap, there's a half-mile asphalt track right here. I had no idea. And that's how I discovered Spencer Speedway. It's kind of cool when things like that happen. Unfortunately, now I kind of dug all of the track discovery mines dry in my extensive quest to quench my thirst of weird IPAs and start-finish lines. Feels weird streaming on a Tuesday. Hey, we got some news. We got some news to talk about this week. I didn't think I would really have anything to talk about until the last 48 hours happened. I went there for the first time last year, never knew. Yeah, exactly. It's like, why is it so unknown? It's like in between two pretty big cities in New York, and it's like no one knows about it for some reason. What was I saying? Yeah, so I really didn't have much to talk about until the last 24 hours happened. So, let's go through this. In case you haven't noticed, this week's midweek modified show is taking place on a Tuesday. Of course, the reason behind that is round 2 of the 2026 Super DIRTcar Series goes green tomorrow night at the Georgetown Speedway to make up for the rained-out race earlier this season. They are joined by the World of Outlaw Late Model Series for a star-studded evening of racing. It's going to be a proper North Region versus South Region, as all of the stars are expected to enter this race, on top of NASCAR driver Christopher Bell jumping in a freezing-prepared big block for the first time in his career. Round 3 of the tour won't be a long wait either, as this Sunday, the tour goes to the land of the Maple Leaf for the first time this season for a stop at Cornwall. Instead of the Southern Region drivers defending their turf on Sunday, it'll be the Canadians on defense. It's 1-1 at Georgetown, with H.J. Bunting taking a victory at Georgetown for the Southern Boys. Southern Boys, and Alex Payne's win last season for the Tour drivers. Cornwall needs more heroes, as only Claire, Terrance, and Raby defended their dirt in the 26 stops the Tour has made at the track since 1990. Now, obviously, I would like to go into a little more detail about how the points are shaking up and who has fully committed that we didn't expect for the Tour so far, but nothing has changed since Albany. How they finished Albany is how the points are, and none of the on-the-fence drivers has fully committed yet. But if you want to pick a dark horse in this one, I'm looking, is he on here? I'd be pretty surprised if he is not on here. Where is he not expected to run? Of course, I'm talking about Paul Mancini. There he is. Third one down. So, very, very good Southern region modified driver, has wins in Bridgeport. Ran really well at New Egypt. I don't know if he has a win there off the top of my head, but he's from that region. And for some reason, the Southern guys just run really well when the Tour goes south, or to the Southern region of the Northeast. Danny Buck's on there. Go Down is on there, so you really expect to see guys like that pick up the win. I expected Alex Yankowski to win the Georgetown race at the end of last year when Jamie and I did the um, big money season prediction stream, which had a couple extra views the last week. I don't know why people started watching that, but hey, thanks for checking it out. Yeah, I mean, Guler's going to be good. Krachin, one of also the on the fence drivers on the tour. Same with TVD. I don't know if TVD has really ever run Georgetown. Let me look that up real quick. Van Doren. Okay, maybe spell it right, you dumbass. Van Doren. Results. Tracks. Georgetown, 5 starts. 5 starts, a top 5, and 2 top 10s. All right. So he has some experience there. Still really excited to see how he does. I think, not trying to be biased here, but I think Tanner Van Doren could really be a dark horse as well. Is Larry White on this list? I didn't really look at this list when I was making the graphic. No White Lightning. Okay. He, I said it in last stream, but that Longhorn that he's racing is so ready for the tour and big races. I've seen him live now a couple times. Albany, Utica. That car is hooked up, man. They figured that thing out real quick. But that's all I have to talk about for the big race. That's tomorrow. Again, the round 3 is Sunday at Cornwall up in Canada. Obviously, no graphics or anything like that are out yet. This one is a typical $7,500 to win race. The one Sunday is a $10,000 to win one. So you might see a little bit more than just the Canadian or really northern region guys. I want to say cherry pick, but sign in for the race. R. Mitchell, what do we got? Some of my local tracks open up this weekend, being Mohawk and Cornwall. Yep. I think after this weekend, there's just like 1 or 2 stragglers that haven't opened up yet. And then we're just full green for modified racing, the racing season in general. Yeah. We're back. We're so back. Bing bong. Oh, wrong screen. There we go. Always wanting to be in the news cycle, Afton Motorsports Park has announced this weekend that they are going to be making the transition from MyLaps and Speed Hive to My Race Pass. There's positive and negatives for both, but the potential to elevate the racing experience at the track is definitely there. Drivers can customize their own profiles. Tracks can add additional information to each division and each event, hot laps, heats, and the things like that. It also tracks points, has live timing, and can make the entry list publicly viewable for fans to see before the gates even open. The downsides, a lot of those features are behind a paywall for fans to access. Either way, MRP seems to be the clear winner right now in the Northeast. So if a tracker promoter is going to use it, I hope they take full advantage of all the bells and whistles offered. Not the first track that's jumping over to My Race Pass this year. Of course, we have Brookfield did the same. Orange County has done the same. MRP, I think, is just the easiest bang for your buck, most track promoter friendly live timing application that is also kind of starting to turn into like a social media type deal where you could follow drivers, follow tracks, get live notifications from points and things like that. And you could all see all of the I call the bells and whistles on the graphic right here. Really, really cool tool to have in your pocket as a race fan in the grandstands. Just the downside is there is, a premium subscription you have to pay for to use it, or to use all of the. I want to stop saying bells and whistles. All of the additional features that the app has, but it's pretty cool. I'm curious to see if PenCan is going to follow suit, just because of how closely these 2 tracks have been working together lately. And like I said, I hope they really do take full advantage of it. I also know Afton reached out to all of their drivers and teams for um, to find people who are interested in parking up front on the horse racing track and have fans come and say hello and take pictures of the cars and do meet and greets every week instead of having like just one or two fan appreciation night type deal things. They're trying to expand it to be the whole season. I think that's really cool. I've said it many times. The guys who promote Afton, Ron Ford, his team, Tyler, they all do a great job working with the track, working with the fans, and it's if you haven't had a chance to go to Afton, I definitely recommend it. Classic bull ring dirt track in the southern tier. And I do have one more thing I want to mention. This came super recently announced. Literally posted not 2 hours before this show went live, a major announcement has come out of the Accord Speedway camp. The purse for both the sportsman and modified divisions are going to be raised. Attributed to the large car counts to start the season, Mr. Palmer and his team have been able to raise the to-start pay for the modifieds to $200. The sportsman class is totally redone as shown on the image here. This is awesome news, and in an era of uncertainty in our sport, this is genuinely going to keep the car counts high at the track, as well as basically negate all of the costs of fuel each week. Fuel costs, super hot topic right now with not even just racing, but for everyone in general right now. I mean, I don't need to go into it in detail. We all know it. When it was named I-88 for an ROC modified race at Afton, fun time. What is up with all the ROC talk to start this stream? Yeah, I never had the chance to go to it when it was called I-88, or there was another name too, wasn't it? It was just like Afton Speedway or something like that. Different promoters, different, I think it was still the same owners, but definitely different promoters. Afton, yeah, they do a great job. Highly recommend it. Free camping as well. Always a plus for, us track chasers. Don't have to pay for a hotel room. But going back to Accord too, this is so nice to see. I mean, additional money in every team, every driver's pocket. I think that's the number one thing you could do if you find that you're being a little too profitable, if that's even possible now. But also, the crowds have been really good every week to start off the year there. I've been to every race so far. I think I'm going to be at every race this month there. And of course, the billboards, they have so many billboards now. They've done a great job at advertising this place. Accord is honestly doing really, really well for themselves for being small, relatively unknown track in an unpopulated area of New York. But yeah, this is cool to see. This is really cool to see. Maybe I'll see some extra cherry pickers now. I know Andy Bicchetti comes over every once in a while. Dylan Stoyer has started every race, all 2 races there. I know Perego has run there once in a while too, but I think he's probably going to focus more on Big Diamond if he does race on Fridays. Yeah, I mean, we have point leader right now at the track. Accord's looking up right now. Accord is doing very good. Let me put that back on. Again, if the music is too loud, say something, please. Yeah, but if the Afton and Accord news didn't come out in the last 24 hours, I would really just be previewing the Super Dirt race for tomorrow. And I didn't want that, so I'm glad we had some extra topics to talk about. Yep. All right, who wants to watch some highlights? Mike Mallet has once again blessed us with posting highlights of all the features for free. Wow, this is really loud in my ears. Good lord. Hey, shut up. God. Yeah, Mike Mallet and the Dirt Track Digest team. Yeah, doing good. Nothing has been posted from Flow Racing since opening night at Utica Obviously, Land of Legends hasn't run anything yet, so nothing from Dirt Vision. Lernerville hasn't posted anything with their Dirt.tv stuff, which is kind of upsetting because I know they did a lot last year. Nothing's ever from the Cushion. Same with Diamond State, so nothing from Delaware. Yeah. And that's it. So let's go to this funny looking screen. Let me raise my desktop audio back up a little bit. Okay, I hope that's good. And let's see what we got from last week, which feels like a century ago, I'm not gonna lie. So I haven't watched any of these highlights.
All right, we get a taste of the DIRTcar 358 Modifieds, the 358 Modified Series in town next Thursday. 30 laps the distance tonight. Here they come from the Hebert's Lawn Care Go Green Zone, and the green flag is out. Kerry Terrance and Mike Mahaney lead the field up in turns 1 and 2. Terrance works through the middle. Here comes
I feel like I haven't seen Miguel Perrot in a while.
Gagne's going to take the second spot away from Mike Mahaney. Mahaney back to third. Preston Forbes sits in the 4th spot. Here comes Felix. Felix is going to take it way up high in turn number 4. He's running in spot.
There's another track I got to go to. A lot of people are recommending it. Just Thursdays are so hard.
Right now, the second place driver, Danny Gagne, he's a full half backstretch behind the 66X machine. Mahaney is starting to charge down on the 90. He is close to within about 8 car lengths of that 90 machine. Gagne running in second, Mahaney working in third. Felix is about 7 car lengths behind the 35 of Mahaney. Felix Watt runs in position number 4.
Good.
And rounding out the top 5, Tim Fuller in the number 19. But the 66X just continues with a master class performance to this point. Hebert's Lawn Care Go Green Zone.
Good run for
Green
Gagne,
flag
too.
is out, and we're racing again, working towards turn number 1.
And Dylan Madsen seems to be getting a little more comfortable running small blocks. Been a sportsman driver for the last couple of seasons.
To the inside. Chris Raby again trying to move down low to the inside of Tim Fuller's number 19. Felix to the inside of the 35. Here comes Hollywood through on the inside. He's to third and maybe second. It could be a 2-for-1 for the 91.
Felix Watt digging in that number 2 spot. He's going to slide by Danny Gagne. That's going to relegate Gagne back in a third, and Mahaney in that 4th spot. Tim Fuller and Chris Raby, they're battling hard for 5th. Gagne trying to get the inside to go
down the backstretch. The best battle right now for that 2nd spot. Gagne way up
Real
high.
good run.
The leader behind Tommy Jock as they hit
Real
the
good
start
run
finish
for
line.
Gagne.
5 laps to go for Kerry Terrance.
Boy, your top 4 are right tight together now. Kerry Terrance.
Don't go too high, Kerry. Here comes Felix. All right.
It's a bobble for the leader. Now here's
Scorers stand by. Here we go.
But nowhere to take it. Tommy Jock up the track. That's going to slow down Law's momentum. Danny Gagne now trying to come by Tommy Jock as well. Jock will impede the momentum of Gagne. Mahaney will go by for 3rd spot. Gagne trying to get by the slower car. Terrance driver is going to come out on top. White flag is going to come out this time by for Kerry Terrance. Mahaney closing in on Felix Watt. Only one more time around the Big A. One out of the bottom. Terrance needs a mistake-free corner. He gets one. Down the backstretch. 2 car lengths between
send
them.
it.
One more time through the west end.
He's going to run it
Terrance
smooth.
approaching the top side.
Oh, did he hit the U?
Checker flag is out at the stripe. It's going to be Kerry Terrance.
Damn.
Terrance wins it. Was second. Mahaney third. Gagne is 4th. Fuller is 5th.
Okay, so we're off to a good start, apparently. Okay. All right. Solid run for Kerry Terrance. Felix wanted that in low, man. And smooth run for Mahaney. Like I said, good to see Gagne running up top. He doesn't nah, I'm gonna stop myself from saying that. He doesn't make the news cycles quite as often as I think you would like, but I think that's a safe way to put it. All right, up next we got Can-Am.
They make their way into turn number 3 and 4. The White Sparrow plow shot. DIRTcar 358 Modifieds are green at Can-Am.
Really good field at Can-Am. Love to see it considering where they were at the end of last season.
And Billy Dunn jumps into the race lead as they hustle down the back straightaway, trying to complete lap number 1. Remington Ham, Sean Shaw, the top 3. Jackson Gill parked on the outside lane with Lance Willix and Chris Rabbit giving chase as they cross the line at lap number 1. Look at Willix go on the bottom.
God, I hate it when they do that.
As they spread out into turn number 1 and 2, Billy Dunn once again to the
Willix
lead.
up to 2.
Willix clears Remington Ham for the 2 spot. As they work it down the back stretch to turn number 3 and 4, Chris Rabbit alongside of Sean Shaw for position number 5. As they work it off the corner. And a car hard into the wall. It's Jonathan Ferguson into turn number 4. He slammed the outside retaining wall over there. And again, Billy Dunn with a strong restart. Remington Ham able to hold the 2 spot as they work it down the backstretch. Lance Willick, Sean Shaw, Chris Rabbit. They're 3 wide for 6th. Ryan Bartlett to the bottom. Jackson Gill
someone jumped the cushion.
On the high side of the racetrack. Tim Fuller makes a move to the outside. He'll go to the 5 spot to go. It's still Billy Dunn in control of the field, watching a battle for the runner-up spot as Willix has it. Fuller trying to work that outside lane to get it back as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Fuller still 3rd. Sean Shaw
Tim
to
Fuller's
4th.
having a phenomenal season so far,
in
man.
6th. Jordan McCready 7th as we watch the battle for the 2 spot once again. Willix on the bottom. Not able to get the bite he's looking for in turn number 1 and 2. That opens the door for Fuller on the outside, but Willix gets a good run off the bottom side of turn number 2 that time. These 2 drivers battling side by side. It just allows Billy Dunn to scoot away from the rest of the field as they work it across the line.
All that grip on the bottom. There you go. Lance found it.
10 laps left to go. He's going to go to the 5 spot as they get to turn 3 and 4. Dunn to the high lane. Here comes Fuller for the lead off the corner. Can't quite get there. We got 7 to go. Tim Fuller took a peek to that inside lane off of turn number 4, but couldn't quite get the momentum that he wanted. Dunn scoots away by about 3 car lengths. Fuller back to 2nd. Lance Willix, Sean Shaw, Remington Ham now 5th as they exit turn number 4 and down to the 7-time defending track champion Billy Dunn with a comfortable advantage.
Well,
about
he
7
had
car lengths over Tim Fuller.
No pressure the entire feature.
1.2 seconds is the spread between Billy Dunn and Tim Fuller as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Checkered flag is waving. 2 in a row at Can-Am. 72nd of his career. Billy Dunn does it again.
Defending
Tim
track
Fuller
champion.
2nd at the line for 3rd to the line. It's going to be Willix over Sean Shaw. Chris Rabbit is 2nd straight top 5.
All right. Billy Dunn ran by himself the entire race. No, but really, it's good to see that track have a lot higher car count than where it was at the end of last year. They only had like 12 or 14 on a weekly basis, so it looks like they nearly doubled it. Love to see it. Hopefully they can keep that up as other tracks in that area open. Ransomville. More small block. Only been small block, I'm realizing. Oh.
You're welcome.
Here we go. Austin Susie, John Smith off turn 4. Blaze Miller with double greens in hand. We'll get Sandy Knight underway at the Big R with the crown undercoating through Team Modified.
Austin Susie right off the bat, drifting high and holding on to the number 1 spot out of turn number 2. Here comes the Lockport Laser, Andrew Smith, the madman on a mission in the back pocket coming out of turn 4. Lap 1 in the books, knocking at the door right there, Brad Rouse.
Susie runs 6th. John Smith in 7th. Eric Rudolph already up to 8th in his 25. And here comes Lindbergh. Lindbergh and Rouse. So we'll do the hip check. And here comes Williamson trying to make it 3 wide off turn number 4. They couldn't do it. Rouse and Lindbergh. Their feud in the Sportsman days are back in the Modifieds here in this side.
Rouse able to hold them off, all right.
Able to clear Lindbergh for 3rd for now, and here comes Williamson and Susie. Way and high because the hounds are coming, and here comes Gary
I guess he just got by him.
in Andrew Smith entering turn number 3.
That's right, off the apex, they're back on the throttle once again, and Lindbergh showing that he loves that outside groove down the front straightaway, coming off of turn number 2 now. Set his sights on the number 1 spot down the back straightaway. He will go trying to close in on the 68 of Austin Susie, the rookie in this division, working now lap number 11 in the books. And it's a run to daylight now.
Here comes the fire starter.
Lindbergh trying to make up the real estate, make up the ground. Rudolph to the outside.
He made that easy.
Lindbergh looking for some sort of running room, and he'll tuck it downstairs. The move is on. Who's going to get the fight? Susie
watch Williamson.
Position down the back straightaway. Lindbergh knocking at the door once again to the inside. Matt Williamson now surfacing into a top 3 position after passing the 25 of Eric Rudolph.
Looks like another smooth track. Every highlight reel has been it.
Susie now off of turn number 2, trying to get that fight advantage down the back straightaway.
Good week for track prep.
Leaders fast approaching lap traffic off the apex of 3 and 4. Lindbergh, new race leader.
New race.
Coming for the green flag. Go ahead, green flag is out. Lindbergh sends them on their way. Williamson stuck downstairs from Susie, not able to complete the pass. Rudolph right there. CB3 making some moves in the position respective with his number. He's riding in 3rd. Meanwhile, Rudolph trying to get the bite out of turn number 4.
Rudolph does look like he's a little bit faster.
They'll work into turns number 3 and 4. It's the CO Daddy 1 to go for Gary Lindbergh. They'll race for the final time into turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Eric Rudolph. Eric going to try to pedal the car as fast as he can in the last lap into turn number 3. Here they come off turn number 4. Checkered flags. Gary Lindbergh in for the win. 2nd is Rudolph. 3rd is Brockman. 4th is Williamson. 5th in the line is Rouse.
That's a strong top 5 there. All right, man. I mean, I think we've had some pretty good highlights so far. Yeah, let's roll with it. Okay, more small block highlights from Albany, Saratoga.
We thank them for their support. Right now, it's time to go racing in the 358 Modified Series. The 335 of Mike Mahaney and the 2RJ of Ronnie Johnson will fire off at turn number 4. Down at turn number 1 they go for the first time. Up here through the south side of the raceway, down the back straightaway. It'll be Mike Mahaney showing the way down to the north end of the raceway here for the
Bobby
first
Hackle
time.
tried out Albany, Saratoga here.
Board. Mike Mahaney shows the way as they come down off turn 4. Working on the backside to 32. Here's a race for the runner-up spot.
Justin Stone. He needs a good finish here, man. He's had a rough couple weeks.
Johnson on the high side. Stone on the inside. Stone trying to make it a race here for the runner-up spot. RJ pedaling as fast as he can on the outside, but Justin Stone got
another smooth
off
track.
The bottom. He's going to plug the hole down low. They'll come off turn 4 side by side, give the advantage to Justin Stone. Taking a look at the DTD TV instant replay as they came off at turn number 2.
I didn't know that happened.
Way up to the just outside the top 10 as we go back green. Green flag out, we're back underway, and we got cars together. Everybody going to come away okay. A little bit of jostling for position down there through the corner. Back underway and working down here under green, 18 on the board. Closing in on 5 to go now. And white flag is out this time by for Mike Mahaney. Mahaney working down the back straightaway for the final time with the Huddick Motorsports Adirondack Auto sponsored number 35 car. Looks like he'll go wire to wire here in our 358 modified event. Mike Mahaney gets the win. The 15X of Justin Stone comes home second. Ronnie Johnson will finish 3rd. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, making his way out of the automobile. Tonight's 358 modified feature winner, Mike Mahaney. Mike will go to the roof when he hits the ground. Mia awaits him down there in victory lane.
All right, pots and pans makes it look easy. Oh, wait. Let's Let's see. Yeah. Not much else to say about that. I mean, good run from Stone. Ronnie Johnson having a good start to the year. Big blocks. What do we got? What do we got?
Pace truck off the raceway, ready to go green here off of turn number 4 as they make their way down. The modified rookie going to pull the trigger. Dylan Grogan brings the field to life down here in front. Josh Masterson going to drive around the outside. Don Ronca riding back there in third. Side by side they run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Masterson out front as they bring him around, put lap number 1 on the board and score it for Josh Masterson. Run. They work their way down here to turn number 3. Here's Lehner looking down low. Lehner tucking it right down to the inside rail.
Oh, don't come up. Oh, man.
Trying to clear Lehner.
Stratton was coming down. Lehner was going up. That could have been bad.
Low. The Faxon Excavating. Agway of Ballston Spa sponsored entry of Peter Britton. The car on the move. That seesaw battle for second has calmed down a little bit now. Dylan Grogan able to hang on for second. Brandon Dara up on the outside. Now going to
good run for Dara too.
From the Ginger Ninja as they come down here off of turn number 4. Ready to go. Back to green. Green flag back out. Lehner and Masterson race down here to turn number 1.
Oh,
Jack
Masterson slips up, finds some grip. Can he use the momentum?
Up on the outside, got it wound up.
Lehner kind of blocked him. Oh, he definitely blocked him.
3. Lehner will
crossover,
take the top
nothing there.
spot
All
away.
right.
He'll be your leader on lap 22. Back there in the 7th spot as they roll down here off the corner. Di Lorenzo closing in on Masterson. Here comes Matty D off the inside. Di Lorenzo down low. Masterson up high as they make their way down through the corner. Up through the corner they come and down off of turn number 4.
Jumped the cushion.
The 3D of Matt Di Lorenzo is your new second.
Then Di Lorenzo took his line.
Jack Lehner going to bring him up here through the north end of the raceway. Off of turn number 4. White Silk will fly this time by. One more time around the great race place for the Ginger Ninja. Jack Lehner down the back straightaway for the final time to turn number 3. Up through the corner, checkered flag will fly this time by for the Ginger Ninja. Jack Lehner picks up the win. Getting the safety equipment off, making his way out of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for tonight's modified feature event winner, Jack Lehner.
So I saw this was his first win at Albany in like nearly 2 years. And I think his last win was when I filmed the weekly race showcase video for Albany Saratoga. So he's had some rough luck apparently. I didn't think it was that much of a winless streak, just considering how good he normally is. I mean, he won Orange County Fair Speedway's track championship. But yeah, I was really surprised to hear that. But good for him, man. He's a good kid. This is... So up next is something different. So Jeff Bear, I think it's pronounced Bear, it might be Bear, who does a lot of the video work for Accord Speedway, posted something on his personal channel. And I'm not really sure what it is. It's a 2-minute little clip called Accord Speedway Recap 5826. I have no idea what this is, but I threw it in the playlist just to see what it could be. Maybe it is highlights?
Well,
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your Friday night, May the 8th results recap. On a night where we celebrated Checkered Flags Forever in memory of Jerry Enright, the racing was hot and heavy.
Okay.
With couple of first-time winners and some repeat winners. We'll recap tonight. Limited Sportsman was won by Jeff.
Oh, this is cool. I didn't know they were going to do this.
The All-Star Slingshots, first time ever winning a feature event was Chris Ackerman. In the Junior Slingshots, Braden Sear coming home with his second consecutive victory.
Okay,
Then
all right, hold on, pause.
first...
So this is cool. I didn't know they were doing this. Okay, I wish more tracks did this. Wow. Thanks, Josh. All right, cool. This is watch this, I guess.
Modifieds here tonight. The Rich Ricky Senior
Something different, yeah.
Night. In his honor, 3 gentlemen found their way to victory lane.
I mean, this is really something I wish every track did. Even if they didn't stream it, like, have someone with a camera phone like I do, just film a couple clips and narrate over it and put it on your Facebook or something.
Sportsman, well, welcome back to Victory Lane. This young man hasn't raced here on a regular basis in quite some time, but Brandon McGill parked it in the WRWD Country 107.3 Victory Lane. I hear you celebrating out there, Brandon. Keep it going to the wee hours of the morning, my friend.
I was hoping he was going to say it, but in his Victory Lane interview, he said something along the lines of, "I'm about to drink a whole 30 rack of beer."
Morning, my friend.
That was an awesome Victory Lane celebration.
Motor Modifieds. In a thriller, Showtime. Danny Tyler came home with a hard-fought victory over Danny Creedon. And that wraps up the racing here for Friday, May the 8th. We got a full card again next Friday night, including the Accord Speedway Vintage Mods once again. So, on behalf of the
that was cool.
Speedway,
I'm glad they did this.
Sponsors here tonight. We thank you so much for coming out here tonight. We look forward to having you back for another full card of racing next week. As always, leave the racing here at the Speedway. Good night, y'all.
That's cool. I like that. Where was it? So this was a kind of a controversial slide job that happened. So Danny Creedon runs the 19 here every week, and the 97T is Danny Tyler. This is the final lap, side by side, running for the lead, running for the win. Danny Tyler throws it in deep, slides up, and kind of cuts off Danny Creedon's line. And it looked like a normal hip check slide job, escort you into the wall for the win. And I kind of saw it that way. Danny Creedon obviously hot after the checkered flag, a little upset about it. Now, from a fan's point of view, now I know a lot of you drivers watch this. Van Dorn, Creedon, all you guys, I know you all watch it. Danny Tyler, we're friends on Facebook. It's fine. I didn't see anything wrong with that. And I'll tell you exactly why. Creedon made almost that same exact move. I'm forgetting the name of the track. I keep wanting to say Brookfield. It's not Brookfield. At Bedford with the short track Super Series race to beat Danny Buck. Or to beat Buck. Oh, man. So that's why I kind of think it's fine, because like he didn't throw him into the wall. He didn't wreck his car. He just pinched off his line. And I think that's the same exact move Creedon made to win the short track Super Series race. So I'm kind of really surprised at the controversy here.
And the Modifieds, the Arkell Motor Modifieds. In a thriller, Showtime. Danny Tyler came home with a hard-fought victory over Danny Creedon.
That's what it looks like to me, man.
That wraps
that's all it is.
For Friday, May the 8th. We got.
This is cool. I'm glad they did this. I really, really wish every track did something like this. Because it just helps you learn the names of the drivers, the cars, where they're from, And if you go there every week, it really helps you get more of an emotional attachment to who you're going to watch every week. And it makes it that much more enjoyable when you go to these races. Let's move on to Big Diamond because it's already 7:50.
The field is set.
The final highlight reel of the week. Another small block race.
Heath Metzger, Alan Radolavich. Good racing the last couple of weeks. We're anticipating much of the same here tonight. Look at them all going side by side to get this show underway here. And it's Radolavich on the outside of Metzger to lead lap number 1. It will be the... Oh, it's going to be very close.
Ooh, that was close. Looks like the track's got some bumps to it. We'll see if those go away.
And here comes a hard charge in. Dwayne Howard. Dwayne goes to the inside.
3 wide for the lead.
Hustles his way into second. And look at this. He's going to try for first. No, it's going to be Radolavich still holding on to that top spot. But now the 15G still circling around the inside lane will vault his way into the race lead and up to the number 1 spot for the second time in as many races. It's Dwayne Howard now taking over.
Dwayne Howard has had a very good start to the year, too.
Heath Metzger still in second spot, followed by the 450, Kevin Olenek, and the 16 of Loudon Reimer. That's how your top 5 stack up here in the early going of this one. Dwayne Howard, second on the all-time career wins list here at Big Diamond Speedway. 93 victories, first time coming back in 1987. His last win was in June of 2024. And I'll tell you what, Kevin Olenek having to deal with the 16 of Loudon Reimer as he just takes over 4th position and now is eyeing up the 81 of Heath Metzger. Loudon Reimer is coming on like gangbusters. 3rd place for the 16.
Muscled him out of the way. Reimer's on the move.
Alan Radolavich still running in second spot. He and Dwayne Howard obviously pitting very closely together as they work in unison. Oh, and we got the 97 of Mark Gogler. He was way off the mark, bouncing his way through 1 and 2. But still, the racing action continues. And the 15G that time by with almost a 3-second lead. And we're only 7 laps into this. Down the back straight, they take that battle. A little further back sits Kevin Olenek. And then in 5th position is Heath Metzger. He's got Dom Buffalino all over him. Side by side, and now the 16 up to second.
Yeah, Reimer's got a good car. He might have had more of a challenge for Howard if he started higher up front.
Who's in search of his first big
He's got half a track lead.
2026 season. He is the defending champion, but he has got a lot of distance to make up because Dwayne Howard is already checking out. He is passing cars at the tail end of the field. For Dwayne Howard, who sits 9th in points, a 10th in the lid lifter, followed by an 8th.
They're going to pinch him.
Start 2 races ago and then came home 3rd, and there is bouncing and
Hey, Jamie, what's going on, man?
with Radolavich.
Dude, don't apologize. I'm telling you, you're fine, man. You're
with
fine.
Mark Gogler, Radolavich is running in 4th position.
Oh, you missed some good highlights, though. I definitely recommend going to check them out.
Right now.
Airborne was a really, really good race.
Dwayne Howard is coming up on Jack Sion. Jack Sion running in 14th spot.
This one is impressive for the other reason, just by how much of a lead Howard has over Reimer. Oh, unless he hits the ute like that. Jeez.
Now, Howard, with 1 lap to go, is going to have to be very cautious as he is in some heavy traffic. And this is the final corner of the final lap. And career win number 94 here at Big Diamond Speedway for Dwayne Howard. Loudon Reimer will take second. The Diamond Cutter, Dwayne Howard.
Is that his nickname, the Diamond Cutter? That's a cool nickname. Okay, Kevin. Jamie, we did spin the wheel, buddy. We landed that you missed the show to try to get on the DTD show instead. So don't worry. No, it's fine. I got it. It's cool. I get it. Yeah, every highlight was from Friday. Because like I said, the only one that ran Saturday was Delaware, and they didn't post anything. Actually, let me double check that real quick while I'm live. Let me do this live. Diamond States Digital. They post a lot of highlights for drag racing, which I'm kind of surprised about. Nothing there. Delaware International Speedway. Did they post something there? Dirt Track Untold did. Dirt Track Digest highlights from 2020. Rush Hour on Dirt from 1998. We could watch that for the next 45 minutes. Nope, nothing from Saturday. Caught red-handed. Yeah, you're not supposed to admit it, man. All right. So let's do the crossed flag question. Unless, Bill, did you want to watch highlights from Watkins Glen? Of course, no? All right. So every week we vote on who we want to be, or who you guys want to have as the driver of the week for next week. Put him on the thumbnail. If I have his shirt, throw him behind me too. Kind of hard to choose from considering that we only really had one night of racing. So I went with Kerry Torrance, who picked up his first win of the season at Airborne. Darren Smith got it done at Brewerton, and Joseph Watson picked up the win at Delaware International. So I actually forgot to type out the text poll. So give me a second here. Feel free to vote in chat as well. And if you're watching the replay of the stream, you can vote down in the comments. Which means if you're watching live, you can technically vote 3 times because I literally cannot stop you. Airborne feature winner. Did I spell carry right? I don't think I spelled carry right. Did I spell carry right? Hold on. Does he have 2 R's? No, 1 R. Kerry Torrance. Darren Smith got it done at Brewerton. Tanner, if you're watching live, how was Brewerton? Darren Smith, you got your first taste of weekly action there, I saw. Brewerton feature winner. I have a degree in math and science, not in spelling. Joseph Watson, Joseph. Delaware feature winner. Cool. Post. That's done. Cool. Hometown boy, Darren Smith. Yeah, see, I thought that would be a good nomination because he won up at Brewerton, which is like, you know, the what do you call that? Not the Mohawk region. What area of New York would you consider that? He ran up there. He's from the southern tier, so you kind of have that mix going on. Kerry Torrance up at the top of New York, Canadian area. So, you know, then Joseph Watson ran down low. So I tried to, like, you know, spread out the geography a little bit. How many starts does Darren Smith have this year? That's a good question. I could tell you in 1 second. Darren Smitty. Results. In 2026, he has 9 starts. So 3 at Alltech, 4 at Volusia, Weed Sport, and Brewerton. He had a shop fire over the off season, so he had to scale back his operation to start out the year this year, which is why he's kind of not running the tour full time, not running any track weekly as far as I know, unless he's going to run Brewerton weekly. So kind of, you know, it's sad to see because I thought he had a lot of momentum building up at the end of last year. Working with Billy Decker too really seemed to got the momentum shifted in his favor, got some stuff figured out with his equipment. Brewerton winner, as this sounds like a brewery. And I like beer. Let's go Rangers. Oh, this guy. I think I remember who you are, Eagle. I'm pretty sure I remember who you are. Should I put my Rangers hat on? Are we far enough away from the off season to where I don't have to be embarrassed to wear that again? Wow, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought there. Yeah. So those are your 3 nominations for who you want to be for who you want to. That was Felix Wild with a shot fire. No, I think the Smith Brigade had another shot fire as well. Jamie, if you're still here, if you could back me up on that, I'm pretty sure both teams had fires. I think Darren's affected more of the sprint car program that his Jeremy Smith Racing stuff does. I'm pretty sure that's it. Eagle, Kerry Torrance, though, modified driver here in New York. His son plays for the Hartford Wolfpack and is a part of the Rangers organization, just so you know. Really funny how my worlds collided a little bit there, but that's what happened. Let's check out the bear. So I've come up with a mathematical formula to determine pound for pound who is the top 40 modified drivers as the season goes on. If you beat drivers who are higher ranked, you get more points. If you lose to drivers who you should have expected to beat, you actually lose some points. So with a pretty big shakeup this week, considering the Saturday drivers didn't get a chance to run at all, this is how we're looking. So Shepard picks up a win at Outlaw, is able to jump his way back up into the podium. You could see Howard had a win, so he jumps a lot of spots. Darren Smith had the win, so he jumps a lot of spots. There's another one. I know it's going to come soon. Stoyer had a good run at Eckward. Gary Lindbergh, there he is, jumps into the top 40. And then guys like Jimmy Phelps, who didn't run because Land of Legends got rained out. He didn't lose any points, but he did lose positioning, which isn't as big of a deal as you would think, just because you can gain and also lose points as the season goes on. So it hurts you in the short term, but as the season rolls on, it will kind of negate it. Someone's knocking on my door. Hold on. Sorry about that. I also post all of the results for each individual race on my Twitter and Facebook if you want to see how each strength of field was for each race. This is how it was. So the left column is how talented or how high up the average ranking was for each track last week. The right box is how each track series division, how each track series division has had the highest peak so far of their year. I made the ones that raised or got better in white on the right chart, so you could see which tracks actually, as the season goes on, got better because their weekly drivers, their weekly rosters were able to steal points from touring drivers from tracks who might not have as strong of a rest of the field. And then Penn Can raced for the first time there this year, so of course they had they got added to the list. So of course this is their highest strength of field so far. So that's the bear. And this is what we're looking like for the next, I guess, 8 days technically, because it's a Tuesday stream. So next week we go back to Wednesday on the 20th, which actually does go up against, was it Georgetown or Delaware? I'm not going to wait for that to scroll. I'm just going to look at my list. Goes up against Delaware International Speedway. What am I clicking on? Jesus. Goes up against Delaware next week, but I think unless you really want to watch that, I'm not going to man, I don't even know how to say that. I'm okay with competing against Delaware. I guess. We're at the point of the season where there's going to start being racing every night. Super Dirt is obviously more important than the Delaware weekly racing scene. You get it. I'm going back to Wednesday next week. Yeah, and you can see on the box, God, everything's mirrored and it kills me. The box right here, this is everything that's going on next week. We are just about all systems go with racing in the Northeast again, barring rainouts. Please, God. Please. I'm tired of it. So I'll be at Accord Friday. I don't know where I'm going to be Saturday, but I got to be somewhere because I got to film a video. So if you see me, come say hi. I give out magnets. I don't have any with me right now. I give out magnets to people who say hi, just to say thank you for, one, watching, two, continuing to go to the races. And yeah, you could be on the video too if you want, but you know, go to the races. Maybe you'll see me. The video this week is episode 100 of the vlogs, comes out Thursday. I need to finish editing that tomorrow. Orange County Fair Speedway 2026 opener. I did a weekly race showcase of it. Didn't hang out with the street stock guys. Wanted to broaden the track for the season opener, episode 100. Kind of a big deal. The track hasn't closed yet. Kind of a big deal. So that's kind of why I did it. And it took me about 3 months of planning to get that to be episode 100. Somehow I was able to figure it out. So look forward to that. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please drop a like. It helps me out a lot. And also some cool news. The channel has done well enough the last 365 days to the point where I can apply to be a YouTube member, which means I can open up memberships for the channel, which basically means if you tip to the channel, you can have custom emojis, custom icons, and the possibility of having members-only streams if I ever decide to do that. So I'm going to work a little bit behind the scenes to get that put together. I'm thinking the custom emojis are probably going to be something like tracks that have closed down. So like a 5 Mile Point logo, a Rolling Wheels logo, things like that. But that's something cool that I wouldn't be able to do without you guys watching, commenting, hanging out, subscribing, watching the videos. I really didn't know if this channel was going to be ever big enough to do something like this. And it blows my mind. So I really can't thank you guys enough. All the commenters, all the people who follow me on Facebook and Twitter and send me messages and things like that. And it's really cool that I've been able to build a small community of local short track fans here on YouTube. And I really can't begin to thank you guys enough. It's awesome. It's mind blowing. Let's keep it up and keep supporting the sport and not just my dumb YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, the sport is bigger than anything, any YouTuber, social media influencer, I hate calling myself that, fan can be, right? It's about the sport. It's about the drivers, the fans, the atmosphere, the tracks, the community. Let's keep it going, boys. Right? Let's keep this going. So if you haven't already, subscribe. Come hang out. If you're watching the replay of the stream, 5:20, come hang out. Join me live. It's fun. It's a blast. Go to your weekly track. And I still want to do this. If you go to a track this week, take like a quick 30-20 second clip of yourself at the track and just like do a quick recap. Like I want this stream to be more than just me talking through chat. I want to put together like a little, you know, hey, Josh was at Thunder. This is what it looked like. Ovo was at Fonda. This is what this looked like. Mitchell, if you're still here, you know, what was the opening night at Mohawk like, you know, stuff like that. I want it to be more community driven. Because I think that would just be so cool. You know, this would be the place to be. And if that happens, I mean, you know, these streams, this channel could really become something special. And I want that not just because it's my channel, but because like the racing community deserves it, man. We're an awesome fucking community. Like, we're great. So, yeah, like the stream, subscribe if you aren't. Go to races this weekend. Maybe you'll see me. Come say hi if you do. And look forward to the video on Thursday. Next stream is next Wednesday, and I don't think I have anything else other than that to say. It's going to be interesting to see what Super Dirt does Wednesday and Sunday. I think we're really going to see if Shepard is as big trouble as people have been saying. If Christopher Bell can actually hang with big block boys. Will Mancini, Van Doren, Krejcin use the Southern race to their advantage? Will the Canadian guys step up? Will Felix Waugh get his first career win at Cornwall? Like, it's going to be so interesting to see what happens the next 8 days. So get to the races, watch live if you can't get there. Take notes, tune in next Wednesday, and we'll see what we look like, you know? Jamie should be back next weekend. He jumped in the chat. He said it, not me. So you guys can hold him accountable. You saw it. I'll do my best. I edit GoPro videos with a 358 modified driver at Mohawk weekly. Oh, who? You don't have to. I'm not forcing you. Just by the way, I just called you out because you've been in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, like I said. I post behind the scenes stuff too. I always post where I am at any given race night before the video goes live. Reminder of the streams, stuff like that. The bear. That's all I got. So I'm just kind of waiting to see now if was your name Ryan Mitchell? Or Mitchell? If he's going to comment. You got a minute. You got a minute. Where's the timer? There's the timer. You got a minute. I'm watching. I would play Jeopardy music, but that would totally get copyright copyright issues on YouTube. $30. Are you going to answer? Dustin Bradley. There you go. 83D, only 2 years in a modified. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He's my neighbor. I'll check you out if you have a YouTube channel. I think we are friends on Facebook, right? I saw something like that. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, guys, if you do something like that, tag me on Twitter or Facebook, and I'll put together a little slideshow presentation thing for next Wednesday. Other than that, guys, I think we're all set here. Thank you for tuning in. It was fun. Yes, it's Ryan. All right, cool. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's a blast. If you're watching the replay, you don't have to jump in the chat. Obviously, you could just watch like you are right now. And that's it. So, that's it. I got to come out with like a goodbye screen or something for these streams. I also have to, I keep saying this, I have to edit this screen too, because it's all clips from 2023 and stuff like that. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. So that's it. All right, guys. Catch you next week. Look forward to the video and support your local. You're delayed. Oh, I know. Nothing I could do about it.